Now, Martin Truex Jr. can lock in if he or anybody else in the playoffs currently wins the race, despite anything that happens to him during the race. The only way they can be bounced out is if he finishes, if he doesn't gain 19 points, and if there's a new winner. Now Buescher can lock in on points as well, but he needs 34. And Gibbs can lock in with only 16 points. Again, assuming with those two, if either one of them wins or if someone else who already wins the race wins. With the exception of Austin Dillon, but I'll get to him momentarily. Now, if Dillon or anybody else wins, then like I said, Truex will only need 19 points and 38 for Gibbs. But for Buescher, he has to win or make sure that someone else besides him that's already in the playoffs wins. Because otherwise, he'll be the odd man out. But for everyone else, including Dillon, they have to win. That's the bottom line here, folks. They have to win if they're going to advance, if they're going to be in the playoffs next weekend at Atlanta. So, with that, and currently, speaking of playoffs, Truck Series playoffs, because Lane Wicks won at Milwaukee, no one's logged into the next round yet, as I said last time. But the two right now on the outside looking in are Carruth and Rhodes. So we got to see at the Bristol if one of them can bounce way back into the top 8, or if one of them can win a race. Or could they be facing self-elimination when the Truck Series goes to Kansas? But we still got a long way to go before that could be determined as well. But right now, those are the two on the outside looking in, going to Bristol for the Truck Series. I'll make my picks on the Truck Series date when we get during Bristol week. So now let's talk about the Cup Series schedule. It was leaked yesterday by Jordan Bianchi from The Athletic, but was confirmed earlier today. Now, Bowman Gray will host the Clash, followed by Daytona 500, Atlanta, Coda, Phoenix, Vegas, Miami, Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol, Talladega, Texas, Kansas, and North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race, with the Easter weekend off. Now, all the races I just talked about will be on either the Fox or FS1 portion of the schedule. But the two they're all guaranteed for Fox will be the Clash and the 500. We don't yet know the other three races Fox will cover during their portion of the schedule. But once that comes, I will of course let you know. Meanwhile, for Amazon, they will have the 600, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico, and Pocono, with Michigan, Mexico, and Pocono being the three races to determine who will make the 5-race tournament on TNT. Now, before I talk about that, I want to give my brief thoughts on the first half of the schedule. I do agree with most people, however, that Miami should be either in the playoffs or host the finale. But I get why for March they want to do it. But I get why for next year they want to do it in March. Hopefully, with the renovations taking place, it could be a championship finale come 2026 or 27. If not, then what's the point of having it on the schedule these days? But we have to wait and see with the next 2 years where Miami will take place on the schedule. And yes, I know technically the track's in Homestead, but it's in the Miami metropolitan area, so close enough. As for the Amazon portion of the schedule, yeah, it's a shame that those 5 races you have to watch exclusively there, but if you got Prime membership, you're good to go. And hopefully, in the case of those 4 other tracks outside of Mexico, they will work out a deal with the independent station or the CW station to broadcast those races there. At least in those markets, for those who don't have access to Prime. Sort of like what they do with the NFL games in the home teams' markets. But we'll see on that end of the coin. But overall, I'm excited to see Mexico going to the Cup Series for the first time ever. Plus, it's been nearly 20 years since the last time the Xfinity Series goes to Mexico as well. And I think I should spoil something for the So let's talk about the Xfinity Series and Truck Series schedule right quick as well. Because for the first time in decades, Rockingham, Mexico, and Gateway will be returning to the Xfinity Series. Meanwhile, Michigan and Richmond have been dropped from the Xfinity Series schedule altogether, along with New Hampshire. But otherwise, with the exception of Portland moving towards the end of the regular season, the Xfinity Series schedule, for the most part, mirrors its Cup counterpart. As a reminder, all the Xfinity Series races will be on the CW. Meanwhile, for the Truck Series, now the Roval will make the trucks will join Cup and Xfinity on the Roval, along with Lime Rock, and the return of Michigan, Rockingham, and Watkins Glen to the Truck Series schedule. It will also be extended from 23 races to 25 races. But in the process, Gateway and Milwaukee, along with Coda, have been dropped from the Truck Series schedule. And based on the schedule for the Truck Series, I like it. It's more diverse for the first time in a while, with a little bit more road courses, including one in the playoffs, to see who is the best driver in the Truck Series. It's going to be interesting to see next year how all this will be played out. Although I kind of wish the trucks would get at least a third race thrown in the mix, but, well. I'm especially excited for Rockingham to return for the Xfinity and Truck Series, since that's the first time in decades that truck will be hosting a NASCAR event. Although I doubt they'll ever get a Cup race again, it's a great start, and I hope everybody in that area can come out and support the Truck Series and Xfinity Series races next year. And with that, due to limited storage on my phone, I have to wrap things up from here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on everything I just talked about, whether it's Darlington or the schedule, in the comments down below. And I'll see all of you next time. Bye!